Hello, awesome possums. This is lesson 14, session 2. Grade 2 IReady math. Explore comparing three-digit numbers. All right, let's start with our word problem. Our word problem says there is a contest at the school fair. Students guess how many jelly beans are in the jar. Bart guesses 352 and Diego guesses 328. Which number is less? Well, let's come down here first and look at what is the problem about, what are you trying to find out, and what information is important. What is this problem about? Well, it's about a contest at a school fair, and the kids are trying to guess how many jelly beans are in a jar. What are you trying to find out? Which number is less? Is Bart's guess less or Diego's guess less? And then it says what information is important. Well, the information that is important is Bart's guess of 352 and Diego's guess of 328. So now ask yourself, how can you answer this problem? What are some ways that you can answer this problem? Well, you can make a hundreds chart and you can compare the hundreds, you can compare the tens, and you can compare the ones, or you could draw it out using the base 10 blocks, the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. Explore different ways to understand comparing three-digit numbers. There's a contest at the school fair. Students guess how many jelly beans are in the jar. Bart guesses 352. Diego guesses 328. Which number is less? I'm going to underline that. Which number is less? Because that's very important. Well, one way they did this was they pictured it by drawing a model of the numbers using the base 10 blocks. 100, 100, 100, 5 tens, 2 ones. 100, 100, 100, 2 tens, and 8 ones. Using the base 10 blocks, you can see a visual model of the two numbers. I have hundreds are the same. I go to the tens and I can clearly see that there are 3 more tens and 352 than 328. So I can see that 328 is a smaller number. It is less. The other way they're showing you can answer this problem is by modeling it, and you can write the numbers as hundreds, tens, and ones. 352 equals 3 hundreds plus 5 tens plus 2 ones. 328 equals 3 hundreds, 2 tens, and 8 ones. When you look at it this way, you can see that there are the same hundreds. We go to the tens and we can say one number has 5 tens, one number has 2 tens. I know that 5 tens is greater than 2 tens, so 328 has to be the number that is less. Now, I like answering a problem like this using the model as hundreds, tens, and ones. If I draw the picture out, I'm more likely to make a mistake in my drawings, or my drawings will be so messy that I can't clearly see the model to be able to compare the two numbers. But if I write it this way, boys and girls, I can write underneath each number like this, and I can compare the numbers easier. It's up to you which you prefer. I prefer that you can write the numbers as 10, hundreds, and ones than writing the base 10 blocks. The base 10 blocks take longer to write and to draw, and there's more of a chance of me making a mistake than it is if I'm modeling it by writing the numbers as hundreds, tens, and ones. All right, boys and girls, we're going to use the page that we just completed to help us complete this page. It says, now you will use the problems from the previous page over here to help you understand how to compare three-digit numbers. It says, look at, picture it, and model it. And can you use the numbers in the hundreds place to decide which number is greater? Well, I have 300 and 300, 300 and 300. Can I use the numbers in the hundreds place to compare these two numbers? No, I cannot. Why is that? Because the hundreds are the same. Very good. It says now compare the tens place. Which number has more tens? If I come here, I can see 5 tens and I see 3 tens. 350 to 328. 5 tens is more than 2 tens. And I can see it over here. I can see that there are 3 more tens over here. So, which number has more tens? 352. Now, complete the comparison of 352 and 328. Oh, awesome possums. I see this sign. Remember that sign. Remember the alligator. Where does the bigger number need to go? The alligator's trying to eat the bigger number, so the bigger number needs to be to the open air part of the arrow. So I'm going to right away put 352 here because it is the larger number. And I'm going to put 328 here. All right. And this problem reads 328 is less than 352, and that is correct. Now, they're trying to trick us with number 4. Bart says that 2 is less than 8, and that's right. 2 is less than 8. So, is 352 less than 328? Is Bart correct? Explain. Is 352 less than 328? Is he correct? No, he is not correct. Why is he not correct? What did he do? He compared the ones and not the tens. That's why he's not correct. All right, look at number 5. It says, look back at your try it strategies by classmates and picture it and model it. Which model or strategies do you like best for comparing three-digit numbers, and explain? Well, boys and girls, I said I like the model it because it doesn't take as much time to write out and there's less likely of me making a mistake um, than if I drew the pictures out. It takes more time and I'm more likely to make a mistake. Boys and girls, it's up to you. Whichever that model or picture it that you prefer to do, it is totally up to you. But again, I like this way because it is faster. All right, boys and girls, I want to make sure that we come over here and we look at our alligator more than and less than. Remember, the alligator's teeth are open to the bigger number. Use what we just learned to solve these problems. Compare 761 and 716 using the more than and less than and explain why your comparison is true. Well, let's do this. Let's go 761. Then I'm going to leave a space because I need to put my more than and less than sign in there. And I'm going to put 716. All right, compare your hundreds, 700, 700. Compare your tens, 610, 110. Which 10 is greater? The 6. So I'm going to make sure that my alligator mouth is open to the bigger number, and I'm going to read it as 761 is greater than 716. Now, explain why your comparison is true, because 6 tens is greater than 110. Good job. Now, we can do this another way. we can put 716 first. I'll put that up here. And I'll leave myself a blank. And I can put 761. And again, I'm going to compare my hundreds. They're the same. I'm going to compare my tens, 110 and 6 tens. 6 tens is greater than 110. My alligator mouth has to be open to the bigger number. And how do I read this? I read this as 716 is less than 761. And why is that, boys and girls? Because once 110 is less than 6 tens. All right, now it says write two ways to compare 487 and 478. Well, we kind of just did it with 761 and 716, but we'll do it again. All right. All right, I'm going to write 487. I'm going to leave a blank, and 478. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my hundreds. I have a 400, I have a 400, I have 8 tens and 7 tens. Which 10 is greater? 810. My alligator mouth is open to the bigger number. And I read that 487 is greater than 478. So now I need to make it less than. So I'm going to take the 478 and I'm going to go first. And I'm going to leave a space. I'm going to put 487 after that. And I'm remembering in my head that my alligator mouth has to be open to the bigger number. And there it is. So I read this now, 478 is less than 487. All right. Let's look at this next problem. I kind of wrote over it a little bit, but we'll be able to get through it. It says Luz is building a city block out of plastic blocks. Okay, he's making a city building using plastic blocks. She uses 328 blocks for the school and 283 blocks for the fire station. She compares the two values. 238 is more than 283. Explain the mistake Luz makes and write the correct comparison. Boys and girls, we just talked about that. She's saying that 238 is more than 283. Let me write that. 238, she is saying, is more than 283. She is wrong. And it's telling us she's wrong. It says, explain her mistake. If you went through this, you see the hundreds are the same, but the tens are not the same. She's saying that 310 is greater than 8 tens. Is she right? No. So when you want to explain her mistake, you would say 3 tens is not greater than 8 tens. And then it's asking you to write it again. So you would write 238 is less than 283. And remember, my opening to my alligator mouth is open to the larger number. Boys and girls, I'm going to tell you, you will see this problem right here on a test that you're going to have, I would say, in the next 4 to 5 days. This would be something that I would look very carefully at and remember. They're going to ask you to explain the mistake, and you're going to need to tell me that 110 or 3 tens is less than 8 tens. But anyway, you're going to be comparing the tens. So make sure that you can make those comparisons and explain why the problem is not true. All right, let's do some practicing. Again, over here, I put up our alligators, so it'll remind you what you need to do. It says compare 217 and 234. 217 equals 2 hundreds plus 1 10 and 7 ones. 234 equals 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 4 ones. I can also draw it out. It says the hundreds are the same. Compare the tens. 1 10 is less than 3 tens. So 217 is less than 234. Now, Cam has 482 marbles and Joe has 439s. How many hundreds, tens, and ones are in each number? Oh, this is so easy, awesome possum. How many hundreds are in 482? 4. Whoops, goofy 4, but we'll write that. How many tens in 482? 8. How many ones in 482? 2. How many hundreds in 439? 4. How many tens in 439? 3. How many ones in 439? 9. The hundreds are the same. Compare the tens. Blank 10 is greater than blank tens. Which 10 is greater? 8 tens is greater than 3 tens. Complete the comparison. Which number is greater? 482. Get that in here. 482 is greater than 439. It says use the same numbers as problem 1, but write a different comparison. Well, that's easy. I can say now 439, get that 9 in there, is less than 482. Boys and girls, I want to remind you, if I am going too fast for you, stop the video, go back and rewind it a little bit and review it, okay? Don't let me go on if you don't understand something. Stop the video and go back and look at it a little more closely, all right? Last page, then we're done with the lesson. It says, Vance and Rena guesses how many paper clips are in a box. Vance guesses 195 and Rena guesses 172. How many hundreds, tens, or one in each number? Oh, awesome possums, this is so easy. 100, 9 tens, 5 ones. 100, 7 tens, and 2 ones. Is that easy, awesome possums? Oh, you know it is. So now it says complete the comparison. Look at where your arrow is pointing. We want the larger number open to the arrow. So 195 is greater. And I know that because 9 tenths is greater than 7 tenths. So I would put the 172 here, and I'm going to read that. 172 is less than 195. All right? Let's do another. Remember, if I'm going too fast, pause the video, rewind it a little bit, and then watch it again. All right, let's go and do another one. Mel has 938 stamps in her stamp collection. Yuri has 926 stamps in his collection. Write two different comparisons for 938 and 926. Boys and girls, I need to look at where those arrows are. And I know that the open end is the bigger number. Just get that in your head. The open end goes to the bigger number. So 938 and 926. Well, I'm going to go over here and go 938. And I'm going to go 926. My hundreds are the same, but I look at my tens. 3 tens is greater than 2 tens, so I know I have to put 938 right here. 938. They don't leave me a lot of room to write in there, boys and girls. So I'm going to put 926 here and 26. And that reads 926 is less than 938. Now, again, look at where my opening is to my arrow. It's this way, so what number do I need to put there? I need to put the bigger number. I'm going to do this one in red. I'm going to put 938, 938. And arrow goes this way. And 926. And it's going to read 938 is greater than 926. Explain why your comparisons in problem 7 are true. They're true, boys and girls, because you compared the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. You found which 10 was greater. Whoosh! A lot of work, awesome possums, but I know this video helped you. If you're confused, go back, watch it again, all right? Like this video and subscribe to my channel. Remember, new lessons are posted weekly. Work on that growth mindset, boys and girls. And remember, all things are difficult before they get easy, especially math. I know. All right. Have a great day, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye, awesome possums.